Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep Dawn of Dragons, where I, obviously, am looking into trying to get a hold of some lucid orbs so that we can keep building our equipment up. I would really like to see some of those damage reduction traits on our current gear. Let's go take a quick look. I don't remember exactly what we have in the bank. I think I remember that we don't have any of the lucid orbs that I want. Can we sort by... Yeah, sort by type is probably what I want here. So we have a ton of shards, but we don't have anything... Or we don't have any trait that we have 2 shards of. We have skill orbs that are relevant, but no lucid orbs. Greedy and lightning touched are both pretty not what we want. So we can combine a bunch of lucid orb shards into a random lucid orb using the frog's crafting ability. We can also combine our existing lucid orbs with gems to re-roll them into different lucid orbs. I think that's probably doable. We have any gems on us right now? I did just visit a merchant, so I probably sold them all, because when you sell all unequipped commons, it automatically sells all your gems. So we could go adventuring and do some of that. I'm gonna withdraw all of our lucid orb shards though. The thing is, it takes so many shards, like it takes so many runs to get enough shards to get even one thing built up the old-fashioned way by combining 3 shards of the same type. I think maybe we ought to just compress these into things and see where it goes from there. So a lucid orb plus a gem is a random lucid orb. An orb of reverie plus a job chain scroll will give us a skill orb. That's interesting for sure. That's something we can do with our job chain scrolls from now on. And then we can just jam 6 lucid orb shards together. I mean, I think I want to try it. We don't even have... Honestly, the Warlord's orb is kind of... Warlords would be cool. Maybe we should hold on to that one. What is water attuned? Yeah, it's a book thing. Who cares about books? Who cares about vibrating shields? Honestly, unyielding is... Yeah, whatever. Thunder will keep, I suppose. Alright, let's do that. We crafted an Orb of Frost. That's just a straight damage type modifier, right? Yeah, it turns it into water and plus 15 power. Honestly, it's not a bad one. Let's keep jamming them together, though. I really think it's unlikely that we're ever going to use most of these. Yeah, brave is whatever. Brilliant. Blocking blinds your attacker. That's pretty cool. Summons last more turns, whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Did I misread the recipe? It says random lucid orb, so an orb of reverie should not have been a possible output there. Well, we might have discovered a bug. We certainly don't need this frost shard now that we have an actual frost orb. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, it's just gonna... Well, I guess we're done doing that then. It's definitely not supposed to be doing the thing it's doing, I'm pretty sure. Alright, well... Creating lucid orbs is gonna be a little harder than I thought. It turns out some things might be broken. That being the case... We don't have any gems or anything in here. We do have a scroll of job change that we could jam together with a thing to create maybe a relevant skill orb, which I think it's worth trying at least. We're gonna look at the recipe. We're gonna make sure we know what it is, and then we're gonna hope that it actually works the way it says it will. Reverie plus job chain scroll. Okay. We have about 1 billion orbs of reverie. Then also, apparently 3 scrolls of job change. Okay, gravity surge. I mean, we may as well just ether barrage, which is that's a soul shaper skill. These are good things to have, right? I've totally lost what I was doing. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little out of sorts at the moment. Feeling a little nervous just sitting here. Escape artist, which is sadly a skill we don't have, but those are all valuable. What does the gravity surge one do? That might actually be relevant to us. Where did it... Oh, we already had one. That's right. We totally are going to put that on our on one of our pieces of equipment, but we already had it. I guess we'll go bank these ones we're not going to use, and then we'll just put that on our whip. I think it's a reasonable thing to do. This can go in there. The Lucid Orb of Frost can go in there for now. We'll put these in there. I'm going to bank the loot shield, because I think we are going to stick with the Razorhorn Ward for the moment. And then one of the two of these. Oh, also Iron Breathing. Okay. And the Vortex Epaulets, because I'm not going to use them. Those might be a thing a future character might want. Alright, let's see about improving this whip again. If we take our very good whip and we throw... We might want to go ahead and put this on our armor. I don't know, this is not a concern for the moment. Let's do this thing. Guaranteed plus 33% power upgrade. 4 floors, final level 9. This should be totally doable. Ooh, hold on a second. I don't want to do this until we have a 100% chance to add the skill mod. So let's go earn a small number of job points from, you know, doing the dungeon, playing the video game, as one does sometimes. This portal takes us to Abandoned Facility 2. Completed all of our rumors. Defeat Blarg. Okay. Capture a thing in the Stalker Nest. Okay. What were we doing up here in this facility? I don't know, let's go back to the side area entrance. Apparently I missed some treasure on the ground. Weird. Okay, so we're in Ancient Ruins 13. Those are both on the 15th floor. So we probably should teleport out and just go in through a way that's going to get us to the branch a little bit easier. In fact, actually the smart way to do this is to go in here and then... Huh. That's weird. I guess this is not a friendly side area, it's a hostile side area, so we don't get the automatic teleport home. Alright, I guess the best way to get up there is going to be... Desert Oasis? Alright, where are we relative to the stairs? Because I do not remember anything. Takes no time at all for me to forget everything. Okay, and those are the stairs up there. So apparently there's a secret area that we just didn't notice earlier. Wait, I'm supposed to be taking as few steps as possible here. Well, I get very easily distracted by treasure, you know? So yeah, I mentioned I'm feeling a little, a little keyed up, a little out of sorts. I just got back from seeing Uncut Gems, which is a good movie. And listen, I like Adam Sandler a lot as an actor. He's been in a lot of garbage movies, and he usually is not in movies that require him to act at all. I assume that's intentional. But the movies of his where he does actually do some acting are, I think, consistently very, very good. Or at least his performance in them is consistently very, very good. So we're looking for the stairs to the Stalker Nest. That's buried loot. Wait, hold on. No, we're looking for buried loot. The Stalker Nest thing is on the other side. Okay, so up there. But let me tell you something. That movie is so high tension. Not necessarily a great film for a person with with anxiety issues to watch. Or rather, it was great, but there are some side effects. Some serious side effects. I mean, we may as well just go ahead and go up to the Ruined Passage from here, although we probably ought to go get our pet first. Walking around with no corral pet. What am I doing here? Alright, Alright, so we should be able to knock out the boss fight, I would think, quite easily. And then, from there, we can worry about the other stuff. We'll come back down through the branching area. I don't know how much campfire meat we have, but can you ever have enough, really? Obviously, I think you cannot. Okay, then we have our quick conversation. We take our very, very long walk. I kind of wish in situations like this, in games where you're doing like a walk and talk thing, if you took long enough, you would just get to the end of the walk without finishing your conversation. It would be interesting for the writing to have to adapt to that. But obviously, if we don't answer as fast as possible, the thing just loops, and we continue walking eternally. This should be fairly easy, I think. I mean, our pet's gonna solo a lot of it. Also, we do hit, like, pretty hard. I may as well grab this. Okay. Very, very slowly walk over here. Yeah, I mean, the stacking shadow vulnerability thing is a really big deal. Wow, he already destroyed a whole bunch of the... Just crystal shift this guy, and then throw up a static field. I do wish that our crystal didn't feel the need to move when I move. I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of forgot it was gonna do that. Alright. Bosses are easy. That looks interesting. Unfortunately, robe probably means light armor. Gahandron was the renowned master of the Way of the Peaceful Fist. His techniques focused solely on using his opponent's own aggression against them without expending any force of his own. In the 100 years of his life, he never once harmed another person with his power. Well, that is a beautiful goal that we are definitely not going to live up to. Alright, so what all did we just grab? Plus 10% elemental resist, 10% plus 10 strength. On hit, 15% chance to summon a psychic fist. And also 9% additional dodge. Honestly, it's okay. It's not terrible. That is a claw that has a lot of traits, most of which don't do a ton. Vanishing Heavy Arrow Dampening Ancient Vestment. 17% dodge. For some reason I was combining the 5 CT gain with that. Those are two different units. So 10% physical resistance plus 17% dodge. Chance to warp when hit, which is kind of a shame. Minus 3 CT gain from the heavy. But honestly, arrow dampening is a pretty strong trait. You know what? I think it might be the case that you can use the machine to draw traits out of gear. We might be able to rip the arrow dampening off of this and apply it to something else. Not that I think that an ancient vestment is bad. That's a lot of dodge. I think we might, in either case, we might wear it for the moment. I still kind of want to go for... Oh, right. Well, whatever. That's fine. I still kind of want to go for medium armor mastery. Again, just for the dodge. But if we have to give up a good piece of dodge gear to get it, it may actually not be increasing our survivability by that much. Okay. It is a new day. So, I mean, we definitely have enough job points to go and do the thing. But I wonder if it might be a good idea to gather XP here in the dungeon until we're close to leveling up, and then go do it, so we're going to level up at some point during the dream. This seems like a fine time for a static field, and then maybe a sonic boom. Apparently I'm going to take a bunch of ice dagger damage, which is always annoying. We don't really have a ton of great plays with this build. I feel like a lot of the time the only right thing to do is just mash attack on the enemies, which is certainly not like it's not a bad thing. Okay, that was remarkably easy. I maybe overdid it a little bit on the healing. I just saw that we were going to get hit with the ice shards again, and we were not very high up, and... Lucky, hungry, sure strike ring of companions and stealth. I mean, our quaff is not good. We should replace it with something. I don't think it should be this, though. It's probably going to be something that has stats on it again. Because even though discipline's not a damage scaler for us or anything, 20 points of it is so good. Like, it's so much extra resistance and stuff. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. Okay, there we go. Now we have him from a good angle, and he is not at all resistant to shadow damage. That's a pretty fancy looking helmet we picked up. What actually was that? A Spartan helmet. Minus 5 damage from physical, plus 75 health. I guess that would be an okay base to put a bunch of traits on. Maybe. There's a bunch of gear that I've not seen the art for all that much. The higher ranking stuff. That is not even necessarily good, it's just higher ranking. And especially if it doesn't have any traits on it or anything by default, it's, wow. Well, good work, team. If it doesn't have any traits on it, it's not necessarily better than what we're already used to. Jewelry shop. Okay, this could be interesting. Let's see some cool jewelry. A Luminous Chemist's Night Ring. Honestly, a Night Ring could be really good for us. Just dramatically boost the shadow damage. This has the 20 discipline and the 8 core stats. We lose 50 health and 4 damage, or 4 physical damage reduction. We gain consumable damage, energy damage, dragon limit damage, none of which actually does anything. But still, like, just maintaining the discipline but also gaining the shadow damage bonus is probably good enough. Also, it's 595 gold. I'll take 100 of them. This one is... ooh, this one's 20 swiftness. You know what? I'm just gonna buy them and we'll bank them and figure it out later. Strength, stamina, swiftness, water damage. I'm gonna buy this one for the bank. Yeah. Alright, which of these things do we want to equip? Is it both of them? Because our current night ring is pretty bad. Yeah, what if we just do your accessory 1? That's... please don't pull me out of the menu. And your accessory 2. I get that it has to do that when you're fighting, so that if stuff happens to you, you can see it, but I'm not in combat. Okay, so yeah, just 2 night rings with an awful lot of stats on them. That seems like a pretty good upgrade to me. I think things are going splendidly so far, which is a thing I ought to stop saying. I mean, let's be honest. None of us are that superstitious. It is not the case that I am dying because I keep saying, hey, things are going well. It's the case that I keep dying because the game is hard and I'm bad. I don't know. There are some issues. It's not entirely me being bad. There are some things about the game that probably needed to be adjusted a little bit, and some of them have been. Alright, you keep doing that. I'm going to look around over here. I kind of wish we could just set him into roaming mode. Have him not even really follow me around, just find stuff to kill. I mean, we know he's capable, right? I gotta maybe stop walking in the fire so much. Yeah, like that. We know he's capable. He's got it under control. That said, I still would love to breed pets. We still need to get a hold of a verdigrizzly and... Hey, look at that. A gem. Ow. Okay, you're gonna be a little bit careful how we engage with the sludge spirit, because obviously there's this running away phase. Okay. All that for a Nord's helm. Okay, well, this will give us our new fast travel point at least. We definitely already have at least 2 campfire desserts. So I don't feel I really need those. And honestly, you rarely need to do that thing anyway. You know what? We should probably bounce back to town. There's gonna be new stuff available. Kill a demon spirit for a leather crop. Sure, why not? Meat kebabs loving dark panthox. Ooh, that looks like a pretty good quest reward, actually. And there's a lava pit somewhere. Okay, well we can go do this real quick. So hold on, what were the 2 that had conditions? There's that one about not taking damage and this one about not changing gear. We can totally do this. I'm going to completely remember. But let's go back to Fungal Caves 9 first. I guess we should talk to you. Butler's Bell, grain, chicken dinner. I need to do a whole bunch of cooking. We have so many ingredients. Scroll of Frogs is not really something I want, but we'll buy some big verdant tonics. Oops, no, goodbye. Let's try and walk around you. Go right down here and harvest. Okay, we got some leaves. Or we got some gem leaves. So let's do some more crafting. So it's Lucid Orb plus gem. Alright, did I keep 1 Lucid Orb on me? I didn't, did I? That doesn't sound like me. Thinking ahead. I do have Phalanx. I might want to actually hold on to Phalanx. I wonder if it'll let me put Phalanx and Arrow Dampening on the same piece of gear. I sure hope so. Let's just withdraw, yeah, like this, a Lucid Orb that we don't actually want, and go roll it into something that's maybe a little bit more compelling. Lucid Orb plus Gem. Unyielding. Can't mouse over it in that menu for some reason. Did it go to the top? Yes. That's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe I just want to keep that? You know what? Actually, -6 damage is not what we're looking for. When we die, it's because we take hits that are like hundreds and hundreds of damage. I need something that's a little bit more compelling than that. Okay, and then gems. We definitely have at least the 2 leaves. Although I don't know... Would have expected them to be at the top of our inventory since we got them recently. How about leaf? Yes, here we go. Oh, okay. These do count as gems for the guy who you sometimes meet on the interstitial floors who wants you to bring him a gem so he can craft stuff. Apparently they are not gems for all purposes. Good to know. I guess as long as we're down here... Well, no, hold on. We're on some quests with requirements. I was going to say as long as we're down here we can go into that item dream. But let's do this first. You know what? Actually, the casino is going to be the best way to get where we're going for this one quest, and we can check the inventory while we're here. A fungus cap. Interesting. 25% chance to inflict poison. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Of course, the cards. We always see the cards. A shadow bow. And then just some decent stuff. Yeah, nothing I actually want to buy here. Okay. So, up to floor 9. Apparently I never actually went up this way. I used the other branch the whole way. Well, that's fine. We can quickly explore this. Because most of the monsters here are considered worthless to us, they mostly won't fight us. I think the only things that will fight us are champions. Also, man, I sure do love that that hurl enemy ranged attacks back at them skill. Here we go. Alright, let's make this really, really quick. Hey, look at that. I did, in fact, make it really, really quick. Now, what am I looking for here? I've already forgotten. There's a lava... Right, stairs to the lava pit. Also, try not to take too much damage. Boy, there sure are a lot of champions down here. Hey, look at this. I feel like most of the monsters we've seen, like well north of 50%, have been champions. That's pretty weird, right? That's the pet shop. I mean, we should go here anyway, if only to unlock it as a fast travel point. Also, because there's always his lunch in the back room. Steal it and run off before he notices what happened. That's right. I also took all the carrots from the carrot patch, even though the sign asked me politely not to. I'm hoping that being a little bit more ruthless and villainous will give us the edge we need to take on the terrifying replicator floors. Kind of surprised that this thing's willing to attack us. I guess it was rated as very easy rather than worthless, so... Is this what we're looking for? Yes, here we go. We don't actually have to do anything in the lava pit, we just have to enter. And the stuff we find on this floor is not going to be of any value to us anyway, so I think we can just go ahead and bounce. Alright, then we may as well... wait, this isn't what I want. This goes to the wrong place now. Okay, we can teleport back to here. That'll do. Yeah, I just want to get up to 19 and do the quest thing before I forget, because I will forget and change our equipment and ruin everything. It just feels like a very me thing to do, and I'm not just saying that because of the fact that it already happened once this episode. And there's also something running around on this floor that we gotta interface with. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that Vertigrizzly right now because we have other problems. I am going to start healing. It's probably a good time to have some healing running. There is... yeah, chicken dinner should be sufficient. Our pet's doing his best, but... come on. Why can we not deal damage to this thing? It's lightning immune. No, that shouldn't matter. Alright. Well, now I'm dealing damage. Okay, one problem solved. So this guy is very resistant to shadow damage. We could just try to whip him through and reduce his resistances by enough. What is he not? He's not resistant to fire? Alright, let's try a little photon cannon here. Does the photon cannon even do fire? Yeah, okay, it does do fire damage, so that was good. But man, that really didn't get him for all that much. You know what? I'm gonna back out. Do love the way the crystal absorbs all this attention. I see no reason not to go back and get our pet. We killed one of the champions. We made some progress that will be sustained here. I have to reinsure. I don't know why there's a menu option for get pet insurance, and then you have to click a different thing to get the insurance. The get pet insurance option should just have the price next to it, and that should be the end of that. Let's just, I mean, the efficient thing to do here would be to eat a bunch of apples because they're garbage. You know what? In order to do this right, I need to spend some time figuring out what to do with all our spices and stuff. I'm just going to cook really quickly a couple of meat kebabs, and we're going to get back in there. Sorry, we're going to eat some more apples and then get back in there. We're also going to use this butler's belt and then get back in there. It's an awful lot of cheese in that bell. Right. Sorry. Another weird, like, quality of life thing. Why do you even get the full debuff in town? I guess to prevent you from eating something and then going through a portal while you still have the thing, while you still have the buff up, and then benefiting from healing, but also still being full in the... I mean, that does not matter. It almost couldn't matter. Let's get this going. I can't help but notice that we're looking at kind of a lot of ice daggers flying around there. Okay. Done with you. Oh, I can't actually throw the crystal at him because he's standing next to that treasure chest. Well... rocket charge over to here. And then we do have a lightning whip. It's a lot less damage, and he is also normal resistant to it. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. Okay, I mean that hits for 20%. We can make this work. Crystal shift him. That's a fair amount of damage. Oh, right. We have the shield with all the effects on it now. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat an ice cream sundae preemptively here. And let's see if we can just burn through this guy the old-fashioned way, I guess. Just mash. Sorry, hit the wrong button there. Just mash through his defenses. Boy, there sure are a lot of angry spirits here. Okay, so he's shadow vulnerable, but also shadow very resistant. And for some reason, our ice spirit doesn't feel that it can attack him, even though it definitely is in range. Don't know what that's about. Right, this is also a damage type that's not good. Yeah, I just need to get a couple more photon cannons off. Hey, buddy, could you maybe, like, get the hell over here and help? Oh, I guess he did... I should probably move up. I don't want to be attacking into his barrier. We do need to get the job done, like, right now. Trying so hard to do meaningful damage. It's... okay, it's almost up. Hey, that's like a ton of... there's some kind of good piece of loot there, but also I'm in tremendous pain. It's verdant fruit leaf seeds. Why were those glowing? Huh. Probably a bug, right? Almost has to be. We did not do the thing we were supposed to do here. Was this the floor where we were supposed to feed a guy, or the floor we're supposed to kill a guy? Okay, this is kill a guy, next floor is feed a guy. So I guess let's keep looking for our man here. There are too damn many champions. Oops, that's not what I want. I want rocket thing. You know, get him with that rocket thing. I definitely need to, definitely need to head back to another class and pick up some more movement abilities. Having only one real movement ability is totally killing me. Okay, look at that. It's just a totally normal enemy. What a refreshing change of pace. Alright, you know, if you don't want to fight, I'm not gonna... Hey, buddy, do you maybe want to, like, get the hell over here and participate in battle? If you're wondering about that, like, squiggly line effect that keeps appearing on the enemies, that's the constrict from our passive, or the paralyze? I don't know, it's the thing from our whip passive, whatever debuff it is that we apply. Obviously, it's an integral part of my plan, since I don't even know which debuff it is and everything. I assume he is, yeah, shadow immune. Just have to use the bad weapon. Alright, he's one of these guys. Maybe we won't be melee attacking him at all. Okay, At this point, I'm not really sure what we're taking the most damage from. And our whip is starting to no longer just totally murder people. Trivially murder people, so I guess we should level that up. It does seem like our pet is kind of wandering off. Never to actually do anything useful, mostly to get stuck behind a wall. And there sure are a lot of enemies in this part of the dungeon that push you away. As if melee characters needed any other problems. I do think there's a real problem in games like this, turn-based, like dungeon crawly fighting games, with putting in things that are way more of a problem for melee characters than they are for ranged characters, as though, like, it is already the case, just due to the natural, the nature of combat, that it is going to be so much harder to fight in melee than it is to fight in ranged. You don't need to help that process along any. Nobody's happy to play a melee character. You play a melee character because they have some cool mechanics or something, but like, every time you pick a melee class, something in your brain goes, you know, if we just had a bow, what if we just used a bow all the time? Okay, this guy is hairier, so he is a high priority. Let's say a fruit bowl. We don't need to go crazy here. But yeah, every time I do anything, he's gonna poke me for a small amount of damage, so we should probably try to make sure he goes down quickly. He is not very resistant to lightning. But he's also only a little resistant to shadow damage, and we can get the resist thing up. Let's crystal shift that. And maybe I should just switch, because he's really not taking very much damage. Yeah, it's just like melee characters have a hard enough time due to the intrinsic qualities of melee. You don't also need to put a whole bunch of ranged enemies who push people into your game and stuff. I don't know how you fix the problem, like how you make being melee roughly as effective. Oh, we should probably switch elements here. How you make playing melee roughly as safe and effective as playing ranged. You kind of can't, right? You can't make it as safe anyway. So you have to make it so ranged weapons are always worse, or... Not really sure. This is not a game design problem I've given a lot of thought to. And I'm sure if there was an easy answer, people would already be doing it. Although honestly, sometimes you just get like... People have a certain idea in their head of the way things ought to be, or the way they would like things to be, and then you end up with your linear fighter quadratic wizard type problems, which is not actually that unsolvable, but the designers don't want it to be solved because they like it that way. They want the wizards to be really good. And also, to some extent, certain elements of the player base will throw a temper tantrum if you fix it. I mean, theoretically, obviously, we don't know from experience or anything. That's kind of what I thought. Deal with this wraith really quickly. Where the hell is my dude? There we go. Well, we're taking kind of a lot of damage. I am going to disappear. Way to summon a ground effect immediately underneath me. Let's just be on the super safe side. I'm trying to be a little bit more on the safe side, and we'll eat a fruit cobbler right now. And then I will I can't crystal shift into a position that's actually going to deal any damage, I don't think. Oh, and he's got cover. Boy, am I just passing the turn? That feels bad. I think I might be. I'm going to turn on Fortify. I know our poor crystal here is already dying all the time. But, you know, just in case. I do think that Sonic Boom could really have used some new art. Assuming they just, like, they didn't know what to do with it, and so that's why they picked an already extant spell effect for it, but it doesn't really look like a Sonic Boom, does it? Or like even like our video game conception of what a Sonic Boom looks like. Also, yeah, this game is actually particularly bad about the melee thing, though, because part of the way that it makes things difficult is just covering the ground with garbage in a way that mostly doesn't affect ranged characters. Especially with the bow masteries being, in general, super good, but then on top of being super good, also containing a very effective moving shot type ability. Throw up a static field. Let's try to get rid of you real fast. Okay. It is nice to have decent swiftness, so that when you do one-off bow attacks like that, they actually hit for something. But yeah, like, several floors of the dungeon having random squares on the floor that make you unable to do basic attacks is so very, very hostile to melee fighting characters. Okay, I don't know if we have to have this conversation. Yeah, be quiet and leave me alone. There we go. Now we have this this fast travel unlocked. We are not going up into central processing. Even this, I'm starting to wonder if it's safe for us to be here. I mean, we're getting through it. Oh, that was the meat. That was the meat kebabs loving Dark Panthox. I didn't see the quest thing over his head when I first attacked him, and then by the time I had attacked him, he was already considered an enemy in my brain, apparently. I just didn't look again. Well, alright, let's go back to town. I guess I could have just walked up here and hit the button. Alright, we've unlocked this, which is nice. Let's go get ourselves some additional stats. There's a Chocobar-loving Plunderer who gives no functional rewards. There's a totally butch Archer. This also is a bad quest that takes me to a place I don't care to go. Alright, so we're just not given good rumors anymore. We're done with the good rumors. Alright, fish and bananas and turkey. I'll do some cooking off camera. I'm buying a bunch of stuff. Scroll of tents. Scroll of tents. That's what I want. That's the one. Okay. Now let's do it. So we want to take our... Oh boy, we have a lot of items. Want to take our very good whip. Want to add this gravity surge upgrade. Yeah, I don't think we really need it to root targets. We're already not making any use of that. Frankly, if enemies want to get to me, I want them to be able to get to me. So, 4 floors should be very doable by the numbers. I do love the random friendlies. One thing that did get changed in the patch to make the game a little bit more difficult was that the enemy gas cloud attack got buffed. The gas cloud that many different enemies have apparently is one shared common ability. That's a weird time for that to trigger. It is more effective than it used to be, so we do have to pay a little bit of attention to that. And I think that makes sense. I feel like that was the least dangerous of the enemy ground effect abilities before, so there's not a lot of sense in us messing around in here. I think we should probably just take the fastest path up every time we see stairs, climb them. Certainly don't want to do a dragon thing, although maybe at this point we should start looking into doing dragon things. But for right now, I just want to get my whip back. Also, I should probably go and explore the, yeah, that's fine. I should probably go and explore the branch areas that I missed, because like I said, I have not found the elemental there. We don't actually have our armor specialization yet, and we could probably use it. Alright, it was nice of that frog to come and deliver us all of this gold. Come on. Show me some nice early stairs. Apparently that weird dream panthox just like flings you over its head. A very powerful pull that unfortunately the panthox itself is powerless to stop. Oh, I am using a lightning weapon, aren't I? Well... Get him, other pet. You know, even through his defenses, we're still doing pretty good damage there. My suspicion is that the upper floor or two are going to actually be fairly difficult here. I'm not going to be able to sleepwalk this the whole way through. Alright, I think I'm just going to... Nope, not that. There we go. Rocket charge off of the lava. Seems like the prudent thing to do. Boy, he is really hard to kill. You would think using a weapon that has a damage type he is vulnerable to, I would have just made real short work of him, but apparently this whip is even weaker than I'm imagining. Well, where the hell are the stairs? Did I miss something obvious? I guess there's an area in there? It must be in there. Oh, or it's right here. Perhaps it's just right here. Double chance to crit. Yeah, that could survive. I think that benefits me more than the enemies, since I can't be critically hit and everything. Okay, you're a friend. Apparently we're gonna have a lot of friends this floor. Shame this can't be the floor where we have to fight the actual boss. Okay, Monster Brawl. Greedy monsters will fight anyone to grab items, including each other. Please stop moving me around. It's very annoying. A lot of chaos here. Are you... No, you are not my memory king. Still, careful whip usage can really reduce the number of times I'm going to have to attack. I should probably also recrystal. So what's your deal? You are not at all resistant to lightning. Well, good news for me. Why does he even have a knockback ability? If he himself is melee only, he knocks you back and then he has to chase you across the room. Oh my god. It's my armor, that's what it is. It's not... He doesn't have a knockback ability, he has my armor warping me around. Right, I did equip that, didn't I? Yeah. Well, vanishing is very annoying. Again, melee character problems. We definitely have to deal with that. It's not a thing that we can just keep. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, I thought the blinded only gave you a 50% chance, 50% bonus chance to miss, so you would expect us to still hit at least some of the time. But whatever, as long as the enemies die, I guess. Oh my god, stop running. You're only going to die tired. Okay, is that our guy? Could be. So very resistant to not the types of damage that we are using here. Also, I have taken an awful lot of incremental damage over the course of this floor. Let's just go ahead and... I'm gonna take it relatively seriously here. Oh good, frogs. Well, there's not really a good way for me to deal with all the frogs without diverting an awful lot of damage off the boss, which I don't really want to do. Area Hurricane Frogmaster. What an annoying group of traits. Pat is very distracted by all of the ads. I mean, we do have to fight them. It totally does matter. Okay, I like this. I like where they all gather up near him, and I can kill them all with the whip. Photon... You know what? Honestly, Photon Cannon's probably not better than just continuing to hit him. Setting up a Sonic Boom should let us get through some of the frogs fairly quickly. We'll throw a quick Rattlesnake out if he's going to push us away. And then I still can't actually summon a new Runic Crystal, unfortunately. Alright, well our pet is actually in on him and doing stuff now. Okay. It's a lot of pushback and knockback, and God, I hate the whirlwinds. The tornadoes can just always go to hell. I don't know that we need to do too much more looking around here. Out of curiosity, do we have any dream potions that we'd like to drink before we leave? Yeah, like this is just free health, right? Ugh. Then it kicks me back out of the menu, and it doesn't remember my search. We also may as well cap off our energy. Okay, now we can go. Well, that was very successful. Also, apparently my shield was not paired with my other whip. That's annoying. Make sure that this is paired with this. Okay. So we're now looking at 325 Shadow. It's not bad. And it can debuff lightning resistance, which is really great because, like, we're gonna fight so many difficult enemies who have a base lightning resistance of 0 in the near future. So let me see if I was right about this. Can we modifying items? Right, we can upgrade. It's possible to alter an item by removing existing properties. Select an item and as an orb as usual, then hit modify. Removing mods creates a lucid orb shard and destroys the item. Ah, okay. That's how you... I did not remember that produced shards instead of just full lucid orbs. Okay, well, if we were going to swap back to a different piece of armor so that we could go inside of this one, show me armor. That's okay. That's not a bad one. This is what we were wearing. You know, I think this still might be the right call. We do have samurai armor that we could try to level up, I guess. But let's do this thing first. We're gonna pull the arrow dampening trait off of that vestment. So we just select a normal orb. We modify item. Extract a modifier. At least 2 orbs of reverie and an amount of gold that is completely trivial. Okay, yeah. Extract this. Minus damage from ranged is good. Okay, so we don't even have to go into the item to do that. So now, do we have other arrow dampening items saved by any chance? No, I'm glad we did end up keeping the lucid orb shards that seemed relevant. Treasure. Okay, that's a garbage reward. Elemental lair. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and do that anyway, so we may as well keep it. Kill some marbled Banebite with physical damage for job points. I mean... Nah, I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, tell me that you have something interesting. You do. You have an interesting thing. And you have some interesting things. Picking up more ingredients for the big cooking spree I'm going to go on in a second here. The casino has a restock. Let's go look. Then we're going to the desert oasis to sell some stuff. So nothing that's terribly interesting to us. We need a higher... It would have been nice to have started with a higher ranking whip, but I mean, it's fine. Our whip as it stands now is totally fine. Alright, let's go to the desert oasis and sell all of our commons in the hopes that some of them will become arrow dampening. We should look at our inventory first. Okay, 300 fire and fear damage. I'll take that. She often has interesting candy. Okay, 98 items. Anything that I should probably buy back my gems. I shouldn't have sold her the gems. Unfortunately, there's no way to sell all of your common stuff except for your gems. So there's some phalanx hide armor, but we already have a phalanx orb. I guess I could just type arrow dampening into the box, but also I'm just kind of curious what everything was. Alright, stuff is fine. I think that's really where we want to get to. We want to have arrow dampening and phalanx on a piece of armor, if possible, and I don't know exactly what armor it's going to be yet. What am I doing? That's a friendly zone, which is to say that the fast travel is, or the teleporter is more effective here. And then... do we want to... How many job points do I have? We could go do the next level of the class trial. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Let's go do that. That'll be a nice way to wrap things up here. So, once again, must remember to unequip all of the passives I'm not allowed to use. It is so dumb that you don't get to use your weapon masteries. Okay. We are ready to do it. I would like to face a job trial, please. I will face the trial, without my wonderful pet. Alright, defeat all of the guys. I really don't want to be fighting more than one enemy at a time if I don't have to be. God, I love the fact that they are all so hyper-focused on the crystal. You know what? Let's static field... Unfortunately, I don't think Rocket Charge actually deals damage to enemies. Yeah, it just moves you. It would be nice if charging through something dealt damage to it. I wonder why that guy had taken so much damage. What is there even to deal damage? Enemies don't usually fight each other. Okay, we could just dig through the wall there, I guess, for ultimate laziness. Doesn't feel like a great use of resources. Ooh, Frostbite can be very annoying. There we go. So his reflect attack's up. We're just going to do this. Not going to do any basic attacks at the moment. Let's see. I guess I should have gravity surged. I gotta remember that that's a thing. Oh, I'm out of energy. Okay, well at this point we can just start hitting the guy. Unfortunately, he does have that that River Spirit healing ability. Never mind, everything's fine. Except that now we are eternally trapped in this prison of ice. Well, this is going pretty smoothly. We haven't had to touch the flask or the consumables at all yet. Seems like an okay time for a static field. I had to say, I'm pretty impressed with the way this class is handling so far, even though we do have sort of a dearth of options. I'm not sure what we might want to pick up. Like, it might be the case that the smart thing to do here is just to go Wild Child again. Grab the Panthox thing, sacrifice one of the Boudica pressure point abilities so that we can have it equipped, and then use the movement abilities that we pick up from being a Wild Child, like the Straddle Monster and the Frog Hop. I do like the Frog Hop an awful lot. There are so few movement abilities in the game that just let you go to a targeted square. They're definitely always at a premium. The enemy's just walking on the lava a lot? Is that what's killing them all? Out of energy, right. Well, not totally out. So very resistant to shadow, but also to lightning. So we may as well just keep doing the shadow. And I probably need to... eat something to generate some more energy. We could just try to get through this on consumables, but my feeling is that that's probably not going to be that effective. So... dessert items give energy, right? You know what, I'll just eat the cheese flan. That's fine. Gotta stack up some shadow resistance, or shadow non-resistance here. He's also very resistant to lightning. He's not that resistant to a photon cannon. Or a crystal shift through him. That... I don't think that actually hit him. Whatever, it's fine. We may as well Gravity Surge. Before we do this again. Yeah, it's a little bit more damage. I am lowering your resists. He is consistently, the resist down message you're seeing is him lowering our pet's resists over and over again. Because he hates the crystal so much. I mean, this is going to take forever. But I think it might still be the best way to do it. He has lowered my resists by some. I don't know if this is minus 10% total or minus 10% 3 times. Do I have 3 stacks of that? I mean, either way, it doesn't seem to matter. His damage output is very poor. Okay, plus 15% basic attack damage with spears or healing affects your crystal. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think this is that great, but we've kind of committed to a whole gimmick here with our swiftness and everything, so... at least that'll make it so I don't have to resummon it quite so often. Oh my god, you can just let me summon my crystal, it's fine. I guess, actually, before we go get our pet back, we have enough job points... No, it's 1,000, then 1,500. We do not, in fact, have enough job points to try the next one. Let's just go ahead and reset. Because I will forget if we wait. Turn both of these off and all of these back on. Still think it's very dumb that you have to do that manually. Okay, and crystal. Okay, now we're ready for next episode. So that is going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. We are gaining rapidly in power. I'm still going to try not to push too much further up in the main dungeon until we get, like, even more power. Like, there's still some more upgrades we can put on this whip. We could play with our armor and our shield a little bit. I'm just a little gun-shy after what happened the last couple of times. So come back next time, tomorrow, to see more of that. And we'll see you then.